Hey, listen, man. What you guys just heard was Woods, right? With an S.
Yes, what else? Yeah.
I think that was an ode to what was it an ode to?
you
What
totally
was it?
forgot
A O2?
Yeah. It was an ode to I'm thinking like what you put inside of Woods, right?
It was that, and it was basically just trying to make a good song. Just,
It was nice.
Make it a fun time while you smoking,
I enjoyed it. It had a nice smooth, I like the guitar on it, smooth vocals. Smoking on Woods.
That's good. How did you get your name? How'd you come up with it?
My auntie, and then I asked her one day. I was like, why is how did you come with this? She was like, well, when you came out the womb and you was a baby, you was my boo, he's my man. I'm like, that's all this is? I'm like, you can't give me a better story than that. I gotta tell you something. But it's really just my auntie, and she was just somebody that was in my life a lot when I was a kid, and it kind of fit me because I was always doing something. I was making things go boom a lot.
It definitely sounded like one of those nicknames you had.
Yeah, it was a nickname.
Followed
Yes.
you for the rest of your life.
Yes, every black family.
Booman Forever, right?
Yeah. So
Like my son, his name, we call him something that ain't even on his birth certificate.
Yes.
You know,
that's
what it is.
That's our household.
Hold on, we can interrupted. Keep going.
Yeah. So,
Keep going.
so my nephew, which is his son, I love him. I love him, and he is he's 3 now,
Yeah.
and now he's doing this thing where he's like, "Oh, auntie, hi, TT, hi," and I'm like, "Hey, Jackson," even though that's not his name. His name is Kevin. I don't know why we do this in the black community. You have a family name, and then you have like your government name.
That's why we do it, man. It's to create that authenticity, that familiarity that nobody else can really tread upon unless you invite them into it. Like, I wouldn't just walk up to this man and be like, "What's up, boo, man?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless he allows me to call him.
I will. I 100% will. I'm like, "Hey, boo, man. Oh my God, I know him."
I have a family name myself, but tell me this. If like you're in a room with your family and they call you your real name, do you really hear them? Because I was in that situation where they was calling me my real name, and it's just like I couldn't hear them until they called me my family name.
Well, I can kind of say that it kind of throw me off. It almost mean I'm in trouble.
Yeah,
somebody call me by my government name. Somebody say Antoine, I'm like I'm in trouble. Like, cause that's when they really call you by your government name when you're in trouble.
That's very true.
And I was with some family, they kind of booed me, so they were with their work people, so they had to call me my real name.
Oh yeah.
We all been through that.
So, boo, where you from, man?
Southside Chicago.
Okay.
Hey, Southside.
Southside Chicago.
Now you talking south suburbs or city?
No, the city.
First of all, we don't have to always make a distinction.
Yes, we do.
Okay?
Some people,
No,
we always gotta make a
do
distinction.
not. Listen. I am going to represent for the suburb kids that were in the south suburbs, but we were still considered a part of the Chicago news.
True.
And if you tell anybody where you're from, they're like, "I don't know where that is." Chicago. Oh, I know where that is.
Oh yeah. Nowadays you tell people from Chicago, they be like, how are you alive?
Right.
What's going on?
Right.
Why you not getting carjacked right now?
But Booman, I'm really happy that you're here. I'm happy that we are able to have guests that are really representing Chicago from all different sides.
Yeah.
And I mean, something that we were talking about before is you said that you really wanted to represent how people can stay here and do stuff and they don't have to go other places. Like, what are your feelings? What were you saying?
Well, I touch on this a lot because it's almost becoming like I stand for this or something. I don't know. But I feel like in Chicago you might have to do a little bit more, meaning like step outside of your comfort zone. Meaning like I feel like me being an artist, I just started going outside of my artistry, meaning like establishing a brand outside of my artistry. And I know it's not easy for everybody to go outside and just will people in with by just having conversations and going to other people's events and doing events of your own to kind of host something to bring listeners in. So it's mainly to find a way to develop some sorts of getting listeners. You know what I'm saying? You being creative with that.
Business minded.
Exactly.
Right.
So I feel like in other cities it might be a little easier because a lot of blog sites hunt down the artists. In Chicago, it's kind of sometimes they hunt down the blog sites, and it's a little.
Except for when you would chop it up.
Yeah, chop me with it.
Hey.
Selfie from here, 'cause this is beautiful, man.
Hey.
This is beautiful. Like your hospitality is wonderful. I feel like you feel me.
This
like,
is y'all platform right here.
Well, right, because
everybody should know about this. I would like to. Everybody should know about this.
you know what? You guys can listen to us on WIIT
88.9 FM
You can
Chicago.
also go to the TuneIn app, our IG. But we're here talking about you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So something that, I mean, obviously, like, we all love music on this show, and we're always interested in to hear people's story and how they decided that this is what they wanted to do when they could have been anything.
So when was that moment for you?
Yeah.
When was it like, I want to do music?
I went to this open mic. And it was my first time, and I was very nervous. And I performed. I remember being like, man, super nervous. And I performed, and they showed love. And at the end, this guy came to me like, man, can I see you some beats, man? What you did was cold. And I was just like, me being in, because I started recording my room. Me stepping outside of my room, and actually going outside to show my talent. And actually get feedback from strangers in a way of like, man, can I find that song? It's like, man, like, I might be on something. At least I touched somebody with something I created in my room. It was just an interesting. I couldn't just look past that.
That's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? And a little backstory behind that. The reason why that story like really touches me because I remember a while back. I was doing the same thing to Chance, and next thing you know, he blew up. So when somebody came and said it to me, because when I seen Chance, I'm like, man, can I see you some beats? He's like, yeah, man, I love beats. Sent him some beats. He didn't rap on or nothing, but I say like a year and a half later, somebody did it to me, and I was just like, yo. You know what I'm saying? So the city will speak to you. She's just looking for the ones that listen. I kind of feel like.
Okay.
I mean, we see why you write, Mister.
You know
The city will listen to you.
It would. And you trying to be cliche, that shit, but.
No, I mean, it's
That's
good.
genuine.
I think what we're seeing a lot, especially over the last 10 years, is Chicago is really establishing itself for entertainment.
Yeah.
So once all of the TV shows started coming,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we started getting like more celebrities because people were going to, you know, New York, LA, and then a lot of people were going to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Chicago was like, hey, let's do something here. So I know, like, from my background when it came to theater, like, theater was always something here, but I think, like, when it comes to music more and when it comes to TV shows now, you're starting to see people say, I don't have to go over there. Like, why do I need to go where it's super crowded?
You don't have to go anywhere now because you can legit record on your phone in the bathroom with the door locked or in your car or wherever. Especially during COVID, you kind of learn that you can do anything.
Things are on hand right now.
Right on demand. Like, you just whatever I want to do, like this. We decided to do this show during COVID and look at what it's grown into.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing to bet on yourself. And right now, Chicago is betting on itself.
Yes.
And it's more than just, drill music. It's more than just Chirac, even though those things are important to the culture as well.
Right.
But to hear a song like Woods and to hear the other music that we're going to play from Mr. Booman Forever right here on WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago, chopping it up Chicago. It's important that we show that we have diversity in this city.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's good. That's good. Do you do anything else? Activism?
Yeah. I do. I got acting that I want to pursue through like every other video, then work my way to film later on in my career. But I definitely do. I was in acting school when I was very, very young. So it's just, I feel like it killed the fear of like being in front of very early.
That's good.
Because they had us doing like a lot of practices in front of people, like, little abstract art. So
That was church for us. We had to stand up in front of people and talk all the time at church.
It's funny you said that. It's funny you said that. Church was definitely. I had this thing. The pastor was like, "Yo, at the end of every service, I'm gonna look at you, and you gonna let me know if you want to close out a service every Sunday." I'm like, "All right, bet." Every time the service was ended, he'll look at me like, "Yeah," and then we're gonna. you know, and then I'll be like, I shake my head and I'll go up there and sing "How Great Is Our God" or something. And
Aw.
So how did that sound? Like,
How great is our God?
Yeah, I'm not sure. What that sound like?
Oh, you thought this wasn't gonna happen? I mean,
Man, fuck,
You good? Go ahead.
it was like, how great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? Oh, we'll see how great is our God.
Oh, snap.
Something
Right
like
there.
that.
Hey.
you better pray.
He made me sing that every Sunday, and it became like my little song at the church. It was like, this the guy that sing "How Great Is Our God."
Oh,
was
everybody
actually,
had one song that they always sang.
Yeah,
over and
they
over
always
again.
sang.
Yep.
You know?
That was my favorite joint off the Coloring Book album from Chance, though.
Yeah.
With him and
Mm-hmm.
it was it's J Electronica.
Yeah.
That was a dope
I
album.
remixed it.
Yeah, it was a great song, dope album. So let's get into the Juneteenth discussion.
Mm-hmm.
You were driving around the city today.
Man,
How did you feel? Like, how was your Juneteenth experience today?
man, it was beautiful. It was feeling like our people, like it was feeling like Black people as a whole were like, you know, like just loving on each other extra hard. Like people was just walking down the street complimenting each other. Like, happy Juneteenth, like, you know, happy Juneteenth, happy Juneteenth, happy Juneteenth. It was like, I was like, yo, like, and I would like to say, even though some people might see it as like, it's a holiday, we need more, it's a start. You know, it's a start amongst people that cannot think as further as other Black people. You gotta remember, it's different sides to, you know, a conscience, like, meaning like, you got the very smart intellectual Black people, like, man, we need more, but you got people that that's just been seeing so much of trauma that this little piece of day is something big to them. Like,
Right.
That's very true.
So I was just, I don't know, I just took it as it is. Like, man, this is a beginning of something. You know what I'm saying? This is the beginning of something.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So, and there's also tomorrow is Father's Day, and I just want to say that fathers, particularly Black fathers, because you know we're unapologetically Black show here, even though you know everybody's welcome, but
Everyone is welcome.
But Black fathers get a particularly bad reputation. It's like, oh, when I'm playing Call of Duty, you know, the kids in the room on the mic, they get to talk crazy about Black people. They're like, oh, that's why your daddy wasn't there, so on and so forth. If they want to make a joke.
Yeah.
Or on social media, just in general, when they get in their comment sections, they want to make you try to feel bad. They talk about the lack of Black fathers, but all the dudes I know that's fathers is there for their kids.
Facts.
We there, but statistically, they use the stats of who's married,
Right.
who's not. So if your father was in your life, but he wasn't living there, but he came and got you and paid bills and stuff like that, they don't count that. They still count that as a single Black mother.
Right.
So you know, we know how our community functions.
Exactly.
We know we there, and we know who our fathers are.
Exactly.
Like that.
Now, me personally, I don't have that testimony. My father was one of those dudes that really wasn't there. But I'm a father, and that taught me how to be a father, if that makes sense. Now, Booman, I heard that you have, well, I know that you have two little ones.
Boys,
one is named Zeke, right?
Yeah, one name's Zeke. One name's Maximus.
Okay.
I call him Max for short.
So tell me, what is Father's Day and fatherhood? What does that mean to you?
To me, it's just realizing that you have, not take it too deep, but God gave you a soul to take care of, you know, like that He trusted you with. So started from there. I start from there. So I like to think of it as if, like, you know, it's like it's a very important mission in my life. So it's like it kind of motivates me. When I was already in gear when I was an artist, but like when I had kids, it was like, no, I'm not playing. Like anything, when I step outside, everything has to be quality. Like meaning, like it has to lead to something. I need to, because I have to go back and realize that I'm a father. I'm reminded that every second. So yeah, it's been a beautiful journey, man. Just to see them thrive and start developing, you know, like the process of seeing them going from barely speaking to actually questions is amazing.
Yeah.
You know.
my kids don't stop asking questions.
So many questions. So many questions.
Like my oldest son, he's 10. He's like, how come you put your left foot in front of your right foot when you walk?
Like,
Why do you breathe in and out when you're taking in oxygen? Like, okay, dude, stop.
so many questions.
Just relax.
So many questions, man.
They're always like, Daddy, 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 Daddy. I'm like, oh, God bless you all the dads.
I'm a scientific mind, so I think that's how God was invented.
Yeah.
I think God was invented to tell kids, God did it. So
Yeah.
stop asking these questions.
Man, I would like to say just a shout out to all three of you, because more and more as I've gotten older, they say you get older and you start to understand your parents more, right?
Oh yeah.
And you start to realize that they truly had no idea what they were doing in certain aspects, but they did the best that they could.
Yep.
And
Yep,
so
that's
it's hard to be a parent, and I do believe in the Black community, Black fathers, they really do get a bad rep. And so, which was always strange to me, because all of my friends had their fathers, whether, like Big Bro was saying, whether they were divorced, their father was always there. It's just like, I'm with my dad this weekend. Or, so I just want to say, I commend you. I see you guys. I'm so proud of all of you. I mean, like, I grew up with them, so like I know who they are, right? But it really does mean something, because moms do it all, right? They do everything.
They get good songs. Like I was looking up, like, what's the top father songs out there?
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Right.
No, when I think of dad songs, I think of I Want to Dance with
Dance
My
with my
Father.
father. But if you take that off the list, what are the top father songs out there?
So you're right.
Dance with My Father song is such a hit.
It is, but it's like the penultimate song for fathers.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It's
it's time for us to get our due. Even Father's Day, be like, oh, you want a hammer? Oh, you want some socks? Here's a tie.
But you know what? No, in everyone's defense, usually when you ask your dad, what does he want? He says, nothing. It's okay. It's fine. So if you tell me what you want, and I'll get you something else.
I ain't in the hammer stage yet.
You get hammers and screwdrivers. No, I got some, but they all over the place. I need them in a nice kit.
Yeah.
True. Not just a random hammer in the sock drawer.
Well, just tell us what you want and we can get you something, because all my dad says is, give me an Amazon gift card.
But men are low maintenance just by nature.
Because in every holiday I'm like that.
That's how I am for every birthday.
Even my birthday, I'm like.
So don't be upset if you get a tie. That's all I'm saying, big bro.
No, just use your imagination. You know me, I play video games, I play sports, buy me a jersey or something, what I'm saying? Like, there are things that you can just glean from my everyday life.
Yeah.
Just like we do as husbands, as fathers, as brothers. I can't not know what my wife wants.
Right.
Even if she doesn't tell me, I know that she wants this, so I'm going to make sure I keep a mental note of those things, so that when the holiday arrives, then I'm going to provide those things. But men, we're not as easy to crack. It's not that easy to get through to us.
And like my hobbies, I make beats. So in most of the software that I buy is software that you got to go online with your credit card and download the module or whatever. So it's like, what do you want? Like, okay, I can give you this Reason site or this Native Instrument site where you can go and download me a plugin or something.
Yeah. Right? That sounds like fun right there.
I mean, now that I know that's what you want. Because all I'm saying is I do agree that guys are pretty chill, and it's just like, whatever. And
you can always buy me a bottle of whiskey.
Well, we know, whatever. You stay with your whiskey.
Hey.
But no, I mean it's funny, it's beautiful. Sometimes it's frustrating when it's just like, okay, but I feel like either certain things we're saving up for it, because it tends to be bigger gadgets.
PlayStation 5.
Right. Yeah, I'm saving up for that for my husband. He might not get that till next year.
Black Friday.
Right. But this is really cool. So tell me, what is your favorite song that you have written and done so far?
Oh,
Whoa.
that's so hard for me. Okay, well, due to me recording, it seems like every day. It's usually the song I'm currently working on. It's always a song that so like I said, I record every day. So I'll work on the song, stop, come back to it, stop. So it's like it's really always a current song that I'm working on. But before I can go to make it more easier, I say before my current song I was working on, it was the song I got called King, and Crash Site I played every day. Crash Site is a song that I just been singing.
So when you can listen to your own work and not cringe, that's when you know you got something.
Man.
Yeah,
That's when you know
that's
you got
definitely
something.
true. That's
Yes.
definitely true because before I was really pursuing music, I had friends like, man, why you don't put none of this stuff out? I was just a person that was just recording and having fun for a minute.
Sound like me.
Yeah, I was just recording and having fun, and it took my friends to be coming like, bro, like, what?
So have you ever made a song and then played it the next morning and be like, oh, that's not it?
I was too drunk with that.
Yeah.
I think I had a couple like that because I did have nights where I would be drunk and recording, or like just in the moment with a bunch of friends. Cause I feel like those are fun. I feel like no matter how far you get in music, I feel like you should still find ways to have fun with your craft.
Right, the energy.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Because if it turns to a job, because you quit your job to follow your dream that doesn't feel like a job. But if you got to remember to bring some fun back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We were just talking about that in the car. Like, man, I love that artists are making it fun. Like, you see comedians doing music. Like, I applaud that because, things get oversaturated with people like just taking things too serious with music. When music starts off like, it's just having fun. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
because corporate America always.
Yeah, once you start making money off of it, it's like.
But we're blessed now though. With social media alone,
Yeah.
you can avoid that middle.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
why.
And
Yes.
that way we have to build
Yes.
together.
Yes.
We
Facts.
build together, and everybody could be our customers, but we build together.
Facts.
And I lost my thoughts.
It's
That's
all
all
right.
right.
It's all right. You look so familiar, man. I don't know why you look familiar. You look so familiar.
Okay.
We will hopefully it'll pop up throughout the interview. But
You were probably at the event that Louis was at, that you met Louis at. What was the event
This was
Louis on TV?
Yeah, this was a friend of mine. This was like a teen advocate, like a friend of mine. She's a minister and she does teen outreach.
Okay.
So it was a STEMS. I don't remember seeing him there.
Okay. Well, I tried to put.
It probably won't come, but
You'll be on the way home and you're like, that's
basically.
Yeah.
He stole my wallet. So when we get back from the other side of this break, we're gonna finish chopping it up with you. We want to talk about your future projects, what you got going on, and this is Chopping It Up Chicago on WIT 88.9 FM. Another music break.
Dude,
Boy.